Yes, hello and welcome to another vlog from Ben R Rider. Today we're testing out the Felo FW-06. It is a Chinese scooter coming directly from Shanghai to us, which has about 5 kilowatts of power and 10 or 11 kilowatts of maximum peak power. First of all, I would like to thank Amper Bikes here in Málaga for this test ride. Thank you very much for providing this test ride unit. I appreciate it very much. The Felo FW-06 is a very interesting scooter. It is not really a practical scooter for your daily chores, like, you know, going to the grocery stores and stuff like that. It is more for fun. It is more a little sports scooter. And that means basically you don't have any storage space. You cannot put your helmet anywhere underneath the seat. There is not enough space, unfortunately. In the front we have a little cubby hole for about 3 of my hands, you know, the size of 3 of my hands, not very much. But the big plus for this electric scooter is actually, for the first time I've been riding these scooters, and usually they don't have it, but this one has actually ABS in the front. We have also traction control. You know, that is quite amazing. Everything for around about 6,500 to 7,000 euro on the street for you. So let's get to the controls, display and storage space. On the left hand side we have the brake lever for the rear disc brake. As I said before, there's no ABS in the rear, only in the front. We have the light switch here, high beam, low beam switch. I have to add, this is more a scooter which has a pirate look in the front, meaning the regular low beam is on the left hand side, high beam is on the right hand side. So when you usually use low beam, we don't have a symmetry in the front when it comes to the lights. We have the turn signal switch here, left, right. Unfortunately, you have to move the little button to in the middle, and it is quite easy that you can shoot over the middle and go to the other side. I don't know why they do this, why they don't use regular motorcycle standard equipment for this, which is much easier and would make everything much easier and more comfortable. Then we have the horn button down below here, and attached to the horn button, which is kind of strange, I have to add, is the little button for the sport mode right here. So if you want to ride in sport mode, which is a little bit faster, gives you more torque, more power, constantly have to press the S button. On this bike they have added another button, so you can just turn on the sport mode permanently, but this button is not a standard. I don't know if you can actually buy it. On the right hand side we have the throttle, we have the brake lever for the front disc brake, we have the emergency cutoff switch here, we have the starter switch right here, basically meaning when you push this button it will show ready in the display and then you can go. In the middle we have the display. We see all the relevant information in the display. On the left hand side at the top you see the clock, in the middle you see the bar graph of the remaining battery. On the right hand side you see the remaining battery in percent. In the middle you see the big speedometer, which is very nice and easily readable. We have a P here for, we currently have the side stand down, meaning we're in park mode. We have some data fields down below, odometer, which switches around to trip, and we have the range here. I don't see any button to reset the trip. The trip resets automatically when you turn it on or off. That's everything about the display. So when it comes to the storage space, on the left hand side we have a little cubby hole. About 3 of my hands would fit in there. We also have a USB connection at the top here of the cubby hole. On the right hand side we have a little flap where there's the connection hidden for charging the bike right here, and you can charge it only on regular voltage. You cannot use type 2, and you have to charge it for around 5 hours to 80%. We have about 1000 charging cycles for this. So we also have a underseat storage compartment. Unfortunately it is very small, but I'll show it to you nevertheless. The underseat storage compartment, of course, naturally you cannot fit a helmet in there. You can only fit maybe 8 Snickers bars in there. It's very small. We also have the main cutoff switch right here, and that's what you can actually see here underneath the seat. So this is the Felo FW-06. It's an electric scooter with 5 kilowatts of power, 10 kilowatts maximum peak power, and we'll take it out for a little spin. Let's go. So in order to get things started, we are in the off position at the moment. I just push it and turn it to the right, and there you go. The little Felo is activated. I came here. It's about 20 kilometers, I would say, 15 to 20 kilometers. The battery was not at full charge. Unfortunately, we had about 70%. Now we have 51%. But of course, I was going on the freeway. I will leave it in the regular mode for now. When we do the 0 to 100, I will activate the sports mode, and so we can see how fast the little beast is. So let's go. We push the button here, and it says ready, and then we can go. So the first thing that you notice when you get on the scooter, it is fairly high, about 800 millimeters of seat height, but they have different measurements actually on the web, so I'm not really sure what is right. But it feels like 800, could be 800. The other thing is it is a fairly cramped seating position, so a very sporty seating position. So I don't really recommend you being any taller than 175. That's what I am. If you're taller than that, if you're a lot taller than that, I don't think you will have any fun on this. This is just my impression. The seat is fairly hard, and although it says it is suitable for 2 people, the rear seat for the pillion rider is very, very small. So you have to have a little Barbie doll in the rear and nothing else maybe. But definitely not a regular bottom would fit there. I don't think so. So I would say it is actually better only for 1 person. Yeah, the seating position, you really have to get used to it. It is very sporty. I don't think it's a scooter for traveling or for buying groceries. I mean, of course you can do it, but it's not really made for that. It's more made for fun, just to have fun, because it has quite a nice torque to it, and that's fairly unusual, because usually I only test ride, you know, these little teeny tiny electric scooters, but this one is pretty nice actually. It looks very nice, and at first when I saw it in the shop I thought, okay, this is only for kids, but it is very, very small, I think, and very short. However, I don't think that's really for kids, but it's a lot of fun though. Yeah, I will put the sport mode. Usually you have to hold it like this the whole time, but we have a little helper here. We put it constantly into the sport mode to just see how fast the little beast is. 1, 2, 3, go! What I can basically say about the maximum speed, sometimes they say 125, then they say 110, 115. I would say it is actually closer to 110, 115, even in sport mode. I don't think, maybe if you have a really long stretch, but I don't think that you can actually reach 125. On the opposite, I tried the Array scooter from Spain here. I could easily reach 125 according to the speedometer. That was no problem. This one here is not so fast, but it is quite nice and quick, but not that quick and fast. We go up a steep hill here now, and I'm a little bit worried that I will get back home here. Getting slower now already. We have 43% of battery left. We have maximum power, we have sport mode. I hope the little engine is not going to blow into my face now. One thing that I noticed, maybe there's a symbol or indicator light, but I don't see a constant showing of the engine temperature, which would be beneficial for this, you know, if you have a sport mode and maybe you're kind of pushing it too hard, that you know beforehand, okay, maybe I shouldn't reach, I don't know what, 80 degrees or whatever they reach, but maybe they will have a light and it will turn off then completely, which of course is also not good. But yeah, that's what it is. I will switch it back to regular mode now, and yeah, we can still go about, I will go to the right here. We can still go almost 100 in the regular mode. Not quite, no. We're going down the hill now. Maybe because we almost don't have very much battery left. And basically I reach about 90 in the regular mode. The display is easily readable also in bright sunlight here, as you can see. That is quite nice. Everything is, you don't have any buttons to switch it around. It just, you know, the odometer switches automatically between odometer and trip, and the range is constantly displayed, which I think is very good, and I hope it will actually tell you basically more or less the correct range in order to get back home and don't get stranded. I mean, even at higher speeds, I mean, as high as we can go with this one here, it feels stable. You don't feel insecure or anything. That is pretty good. I like it. If there wasn't this price barrier of, you know, 6.5 to 7,000 euro, I would definitely consider buying it if I had money, or if I had too much money. It is definitely a good electric scooter, and very sporty scooter if you're looking for a sporty scooter to have fun with, maybe for the next 100 kilometers. So they say 100 100 to 120 kilometers, something like that range. Very difficult to say because, you know, people go fast and slow, and they usually test it at 20 kilometers with chimpanzees in the laboratory, so it is difficult to say what the actual range is. You would have to test it out yourself if you actually buy it. Anyways, yeah, a very nice scooter with a lot of power. I like it very much. I would definitely consider buying it. I highly recommend it if it wasn't so expensive, but that's with most of the electric scooters on the market. I don't think, well, except maybe for the Piaggio 1, which is not that expensive, but also fairly slow and without any power. But this one is actually a lot of fun if you ride on it. It is a lot of fun. The Piaggio 1, for example, will bring you from A to B slowly, but surely this one will bring you from A to B with a smile. Yeah, and with this I will leave you to it. The Felo FW-06 test ride, probably 2023 model year. Thanks very much for watching. This is Ben Ride Out. Take care. Bye bye.